Yeah, straighten up. Other way. Well, we've been trolling for probably 2 hours now. We're off the coast of west coast of Auckland, off the Manukau Harbour, and yeah, we're out hunting marlin. I'm on board with a couple of rod fishermen, so yeah, we'll see what happens. We're gonna see if we can get some into the lures, and if they're not taking the hooks, I'll jump in and try and whack one. And yeah, if we're lucky enough, we might find a nice meatball marlin feeding, which we came across a few weeks ago, and came really close. I saw one underwater, just didn't quite close the gap to get a shot off. So yeah, it's all on. There's been boats hooking up all morning, so it's basically the peak of the season. We're in mid to late Feb, 27th of February, so prime time in New Zealand for marlin. Yeah, so beautiful morning out. Wind's dropping, swell's dropping. It's going to be about 0.7 metre of a swell and basically wind non-existent. So yeah, it's going to be a beautiful day. If we don't find any marlin, the guys were out yesterday and they got one marlin tag, dropped one, and there was just basically acres of skipjack tuna feeding on the surface. So try and get a shaft into one of those, if not a marlin. So ideally both. Fingers crossed, we'll update you later. So there's generally two ways you can target marlin spearfishing. Generally guys tow hookless lures behind the boat and jump in once a marlin shows up in the gear, or alternatively you get lucky and you find marlin feeding on a bait ball of fish which they've brought to the surface. Here we came across a shark just swimming along the surface. On days like this when it glasses over, it's really easy to see quite far away anything that's on the surface, either marlin or a shark in this case. We all thought it was a marlin, so chased it in fast, and unfortunately it was just a shark cruising along. Cool to see though. After 4 slow hours trolling and every other boat in the area hooking up on fish, we finally spotted some birds ahead and knuckled down straight towards the action and spotted a nice bait ball on the surface, and it was all action stations from there on. Is it recording, bro?
Yeah. Look at me again. Yeah. Where's, do you want to stand up and watch the bait ball? Yeah, bro. On this side? Just to the right? Just to the right?
Okay, Chits, you just have to fucking chuck that shit after you.
I'm gonna put all that shit in. Where's get up the boat? Where is it? Just to the right, I think.
Fuck, gotta find it, bro. Where's, get that sunnies on.
You got those polarized sunnies, bro? Yeah.
Fuck.
Anyone at 100, between 100 and 150?
Luckily, with the polarised sunglasses, we could see the huge bait ball invisible to the naked eye.
Alright, dude. It's sitting tight, man.
Bro, it's right there with it.
Right hand down.
Right there.
What's ready?
Chips.
You got better than 150?
After years of chasing these fish with no luck, this looked like the best chance ever. Within a matter of what seemed like 2 minutes, it was all on and it basically got pushed off the side of the boat. It was now or never.
We're going to park right on top of it, bro. Straight ahead. I think those birds are sitting right on it.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. I think they're sitting right on it. I can see shit to the right. Right hand down. Slow down.
One time.
Right there. Yeah, right there.
Right there, bro.
Right hand side.
Just go. Watch that, we're going. Yeah, you're right, go. Left hand down. Keep going, right hand down. You go left, go
Marlin!
The immense bait ball showed itself underneath, and the size of it was just incredible. And underneath it was the unmistakable sight of marlin pushing them up to the surface. Fighting strong currents and the fast moving bait ball, I thought I'd lost my chance until this fish showed itself from the side. After years of rehearsing this shot, it all just happened so fast, instinctively shooting the fish mid-body. It was mayhem straight after.
Fish on!
Lures were flying past me and the fish, and one got hooked on the bungee that was connected to the float. It was all crazy. Not the most ideal setup for a Spearo, but nonetheless I was happy. I had got a shaft into the fish and it looked like a good holding shot. These bungees are great, working exactly how they were designed for, stretching right out, putting minimal pressure on the fish. As you can see, boats were coming as soon as this had happened. Everyone was listening on the radio, and yeah, it was a mess out there. Anyways, the fight had started. The fish started to find some power after getting a good shock at the start and started to take off with the floats in tow. I swam hard with the floats, trying not to put any more pressure on the fish as is. I knew I had a pretty good shot, but wasn't sure of the placement, if it had gone right through the fish or not, so had to be fairly cautious. After roughly 5 to 10 minutes, I got the first sign of the fish. It looked very hurt, very injured, and it was getting close to the surface. You could see the bait fish, it was vomiting out of its mouth on the way. Yeah, the fish was tired and hurt.
Just give me the gun, I don't know if it's gone all the way through. It's pretty hurt, bro.
The fish looked extremely hurt and almost like the fight was over, but I just had to be sure. I couldn't see if that shot had gone right through the fish, so I had to take it easy. My mistake. I had all rod fishermen on board and had my spare gun as a roller gun. Wasn't even set up correctly. So, long story short, I couldn't get a second gun, couldn't get a second shot, so just had to play the fish very lightly until it went dead. As Michael was getting a bit of footage, the fish decided it had a bit more life left in it and took off down into the depth. I let the line go, not putting any pressure on the fish.
I'll load it. Hey, I need the gun. Second gun.
It was all a bit chaotic and crazy out there. We tried to get that second gun for a second shot, but in summary, it just didn't work out. So on we went with this fish.
This gun's a fucking mess. Hey? The gun's a mess, bro. Okay. What do you want to do? Swap over and I'll hold? No. I'll pull him up. What about the second shaft on that thing? I can load this gun. I don't want to put fish on him. Hey, bring the second shaft. We're going to tangle up. Second shaft. It's on the side. Starboard side.
It was mayhem everywhere. Michael swims back to the boat to see Wes in the water, untangling one of the lines that was still stuck around the prop. Yeah, funny scenes.
There's a shaft, there's a spear shaft. I need to load that second gun, man. Follow the boys. Where's the gun? Just behind you, bro. Go to Ollie. Go to Ollie, I'll run in that fucking...
The guys on the boat were doing an incredible job keeping up with me. It's very deceptive out there. The currents are flowing very fast. There's fish moving. It's just, yeah, it's high pace out there. So you need a good boatie out there keeping nearby. I really hadn't thought this whole thing over. Finally got a second shaft and yeah, realised I can't connect that to the little float at the back. It was trailing a few hundred metres behind us. So anyways, carried on and we got there in the end. I was getting very tired at this stage. For some smart idea, I had also had a few kgs of lead on my belt, even though I was only wearing a rash vest in summary. So I was sinking down as I was trying to swim after this fish, trying to load guns, mask was filling up with water. It was yeah, very uncomfortable, but it was working. We were getting some more ground on the fish and getting close to it. After nearly having fish in my hand in the first 5 to 10 minutes, I was really surprised at the power left in this fish. It was pulling me along on this float. I was swimming my heart out, just trying to get the pressure off, but also not let him get too far away. It's notorious for lots of sharks out here off the west coast of Auckland, so I didn't want that fish playing around too long either.
Nah, bro, off the back. Okay, they're coming towards us, bro.
Chris, back up.
Yeah. Go right back. Go right back. Let's just give them space for a bit, eh?
It's crucial to have a really good team when targeting marlin. You need a very good boatman, you need someone ready to jump in the water to help out, and you need someone else just on deck passing guns and stuff back and forth. So yeah,
Hey?
it's a
Pretty sure, bro.
team effort for sure.
Rebel. It wasn't very long. Go forward! Go forward! Yep.
After about 25 to 30 minutes of shooting the fish, I felt it go dead weight. It had stopped moving and it was time to bring it up. Bit by bit on my winch system, I gained some line and finally got it close enough to dive down on and bring it up. It's incredibly hard work once the fish is dead. They're very heavy, and once I got them close enough to dive down, I made the move.
Ted! You okay? What? Yeah. Stop. He's gone. Stop. Comes up with a fish, I'm gone.
Trying my best to do a breathe up and calm down, it wasn't really working, so I just went for it. Once I had my grip around that bill, I knew it was all over. I was not going to let go. Swam the fish up from about 10 to 15 metres, and yeah, couldn't have been happier. Just incredible. Excuse the girly screams, but this was just a major goal of mine finally accomplished, and yeah, I couldn't have been happier.
Shut!
Even though the fish was pretty much dead, I always knife them, make sure no suffering at all, finish the job off right. It was a huge mess of lines and guns and stuff, but hey, the fish was landed, that's all that mattered. Only once in my hands did I truly grasp the size of this fish. It was a beautiful fish, a respectable striped marlin, and one that I was very proud of.
Just Drake, you really good.
Minus spear there, bro.
Fuck, you did it! Yay! Uncle was me helping, mate. Third time spearfishing and I'm out fucking nothing getting a marlin. Alright, I don't want to fuck around too long, eh? Yeah, drag on, line everywhere, bro. Get him on ice, get the air back out. Congratulations, mate. Did you go take the shot? Nah.
Oh, brother, congratulations, boy.
And old uncle's in the water.
We need
Right, let's have a clear up. Yeah, okay.
Well, what a morning. Boated in Marlin. Smacked him, and we're celebrating with some spicy chicken. Yeah, boys. What a morning. Finally got one. Well, we did it, finally smashed a marlin, and couldn't be more happier. So we got the marlin. He's chilling down there, a few bags of ice and wet towels, so we're just going to troll for a few more hours. The boys are here, fluid's still running, and yeah, they want to nail a few fish, tag a few fish because it's the nationals at the moment. So yeah, absolutely beautiful day and stoked. So yeah, we'll cruise on for a few more hours and hopefully come across some tuna as well. I wouldn't mind jumping back in and ticking that off the list while I'm at it. So yeah, stoked.
We did our best effort to keep the fish as cold as possible. We sacrificed all the ice we had cooling our beers, t-shirts, towels, anything in the boat, and it worked a treat. The fish stayed really nice and cool all the way back to the boat ramp. So yeah, makes a big difference. Get your fish on ice, look after it, respect it. We trolled on for another 1 or 2 hours with no luck on the marlin, but we pulled in a nice little albacore tuna to finish off the day. It's a beautiful sashimi these make.
What a way to end the day!
A few of the boys were a bit gutted. We were leaving just as the ocean was glassing off, but hey, we had a fish on board, couldn't complain, and we needed to look after it and get it back, get it chilled.
Wait time.
Back at Te Toro boat ramp, we got a weigh-in for Counties Manukau with legend Scotty Warrender coming down as the weighmaster. And yeah, exciting and nervous times.
Yeah, boy, no fun.
What is it?
95.6.
Yeah, bro.
Fatty, eh?
Big fatty.
Fucking awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, look at that.
You got one yesterday as well, eh? It's cheap.
Yeah, we got one yesterday, mate.
That's good.
Well, we got the fish weighed in finally. It weighed in at 95.6 kilograms, a lot bigger than what we thought it would be. A girthy wee fish, so yeah, a few photos with the team behind the scenes, and yeah, happy days. Well, the easy part had been done, spearing it in my opinion, and now was the big cleanup and preparation for smoking. Lucky for us, the neighbour down the road had a nice walk-in chiller, so we had the fish straight in there after the weigh-in, and it cooled right down overnight, all set and ready to fill it up and cube.
Alright, cooker's waiter, prep the marlin, blaster, what is it, oil on the skin?
Oh, just yeah, like a black brine.
Yeah, so. Waterproof, right?
You need to get all the oil out of the skin. You can see it coming off here. Some people spend hours scrubbing it with a brush. Just get a water blaster, much more efficient, and it'll come up awesome. Massive thank you to Ian for using your chiller and utilities here. Made it a lot easier, the whole cleanup. Seasoned fisherman Michael had done a few of these in his time, so wanted to have the last final check over, and it was looking good, so it was time to cube up.
Right, what's first? What we're going to try and do first. See this line here? See roughly that line?
Yep. That'll hit him right on.
You're just going to start here, man.
Yep.
Just work that little line. Don't be afraid to be a little bit that way.
Is he going to be on that side of
Just
it?
try it. I might try and get you a little bone in.
Yeah, that little one might be better, but it's tough.
Fuck that knife sharp.
No, that's good.
Let's see
No,
what you got there.
Yeah, so
yeah,
just hold
give it
that.
a little bit of
Did you
base
cut?
there, yeah.
See this one? Beautiful, bro. Beautiful. We're just going to cut slits like this, evenly.
Oh yeah.
So those ones, the bottom ones, because they're a
less
lot,
like that? Oh,
yeah,
a bit thick for that
we
one.
can make these ones a bit bigger because they're a smaller piece.
Yeah.
So about there.
The skin's tough, eh?
Yeah, that little bloody knife to start it.
You just work from each side like that, man. Yeah. Just do like that.
So, small one.
And now you're getting a bit bigger. Yeah, but yeah, so you want to get smaller and smaller, yeah. Perfect. Perfect, no bigger than that, man.
Cool, well we've got the top side half of the fish done. Just beautiful, beautiful fillets. slabs, should I say. Alright, we're just going to inspect where the shot went, and here's the Dyneema. So there's a Rob Allen drop barb somewhere stuck inside there. I think it might have went through maybe one of the spinal plates, hence why it was hurt pretty bad, but we'll soon see. So went directly into the lateral line, so let's have a look. Slightly low actually of the spine, coming from below. There it is. So didn't go in deep at all, or it may have ripped from the other side back through, so that was pretty lucky. We're only holding on to like 1 inch, 2 inches of flesh there, so lucky that fish was hurt, otherwise we really would have needed that second shot. So this is interesting. Let's have a look. There is a hole there, so I can feel, geez, it's gone pretty deep right through the fish, but there we have it. That's what landed this marlin, this tiny little barb, so pretty cool. We'll keep that one, might hang him on the wall. Rob Allen drop barb, there you go, does the job. Alright, we're going to take the bill off, mount this with the tail. Alright, marlin bill. Wicked, got the tail here. Gonna mount those, pretty special fish, so yeah. Alright, so we've done the main filleting. We're going to get the rest off the head and whatnot, but there's little scraps in the spine, so just beautiful raw fish. The lemon juice. What do you reckon? Chats?
Beautiful.
You want some, mate?
Beautiful.
That's good, man. Thanks. That's good.
There you go.
Well, filleting done, and we've got the marlin all cubed up. Tail and bill. So yeah, we're going to get a brine mixture going soon. Let that brine for a few days, and then we will smoke them. Okay, so we're prepping the brine. Classic recipe, 2 to 1. So we got 2 kilos of sugar, 1 kilo of salt. So yeah, going to get a mix in the bucket and get it on the fish. Salt and sugar together. Getting any scales off this fish, and then we're going to get it brined in the bin. Well, we've got half the fish ready. Got our brine mix and pretty much coated all those, and they're just going to sit in here overnight in the fridge, and then we'll give them a roll over and mix, and a couple of days brining. Should be good to go. Can't wait to taste this smoked fish. Smoked marlin is beautiful if you haven't had it before. Amazing, amazing fish. Whew. What a process. Shooting the thing's one thing, man, it's a big fish to deal with, but got a bit of a team helping me today, thankfully, and nice big chiller to help cool that fish down and look after it, which is awesome. It makes life a lot easier. So we went up late last night like a lot of people have to do, and dealing with them, so stoked. We've get some pieces to cook up as steaks and stuff. It's just beautiful fish. It's set really well overnight. It's just in beautiful condition, so we're going to share that out, and we've got the belly flaps and other bits and pieces to have as raw fish and steaks. So can't have all smoked fish, you got to mix up a bit, keep it interesting. So yeah, I'll just show you the fish in the brine. So it's all mixed in there in the brine. We'll let that sit overnight, give it a mix around tomorrow. That'll all be melting in and doing its thing. So we'll just stir it over
period of 2 days, and then it's pretty cured, and I'll send it off to the smoker, so I can't wait. Well, what an experience, what a day it was yesterday. It was just incredible, couldn't have been better. All came together, mayhem, bit chaotic, bit luck, a lot of luck. Can't believe I landed the thing after all these days trying out there in the ocean, but dream come true. Fish is processed, so beer o'clock, beer time. I think it's well deserved. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that episode. Oh, man, it was just a day to remember. I'm happy I got it on film, and yeah, got to share it with some awesome people. So, cheers. Nothing went to waste with this fish, and all this beautifully smoked marlin got shared out between family and friends who were very happy. It's just top eating.